If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. Second, there's plenty of creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Anchor gives you the ability to monetize your podcast, so you can make money even if you don't have very many listeners. It's everything you need to make a podcast, all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. ANCHOR.FM to get started.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Tent Talks.
All right, that was a great intro. Okay, we'll actually start it there. We'll start it there because that's kind of funny. All right, so first podcast, Steven. Steven. Okay, I want you to explain why you were late to this podcast, Steven.
So I had to make some chicken nuggets, and I was washing my sister's car because it was disgusting, and cleaning the inside because she's paying me. And then I had to go back downstairs because my mom made me wipe the counters and do a bunch of whole random ass shit. And yeah.
All right. Well, Steven, we were all blowing up your phone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, that's kind of an issue.
Yeah, I think it's...
All right. Anyway, first of all, let's just say who's here. So first, there's me, Noah. There's Steven. Steven, say hi.
What's
There's
up?
Owen. And there's Connor.
Oh.
All right, so what are we going to talk about first? Someone come up with an idea.
Ice cream and frozen yogurt.
What?
They're the same thing.
Oh, ice cream.
Ice cream and
I
frozen
think
yogurt?
you're wrong.
I swear. I think they're the same thing.
I think maybe
No,
They're
isn't
not,
frozen
though.
yogurt like
frozen
softer?
yogurt's more, yeah, it's different. Or
Frozen yogurt is frozen yogurt, and ice cream is like ice cream.
Those are some really good descriptions.
I know, right?
No, but frozen yogurt, like frozen yogurt is like fruity soft serve.
Yeah,
isn't
it can be fruity.
It's frozen yogurt, so it's like healthier.
It's supposed to be. And then you get all the toppings, like the gummy bears and shit, and it's not quite.
Yeah.
Or you can put
healthy
toppings on
anymore,
ice cream.
but
Like
You
sprinkles.
can put
that's
toppings
true.
on ice
You
cream.
could do that.
Toenails.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, Owen. There was something that you were gonna explain to me what it was.
Peanuts
on
and
the
Coke.
podcast.
What?
Yeah, peanuts and Coke.
Okay,
What?
What's
so
that?
it's this thing my dad told me about because he used to live in Alabama. This is like a southern thing. And you basically you go to a gas station, right? You want your drink, you want your snack, right? But maybe you want a hand open. So you just pour all the peanuts into the Coke, and then you don't have to you can have
People do that?
it's good too.
Do they pay for the
Why?
peanuts?
Yeah, you buy because it's more efficient. It's good.
That's just not right.
No, it's good. You should try it.
That's nasty.
Well, have you tried it?
Do you eat the
Yeah,
peanuts?
you eat the peanuts. Like
Or do you just
kind
drink
of
the Coke that's salty?
as you're drinking it, like a couple peanuts will come into your mouth, and you kind of eat those.
What?
What if
Or
they
you
don't fit up the straw?
I'm sorry, what?
What if they don't fit up the straw?
Oh, if they don't fit up the straw? Well, you don't use a straw. You use your mouth.
Oh. Wait, you drink with your mouth?
Yeah. What do you
Wait,
drink
really?
with?
Beer.
We don't talk about that. Connor.
Hmm.
What do you think about the peanuts and Coke?
Well, I think it's just messed up.
Well, it's not heavy.
Because
Okay.
Poor little peanuts.
Those are like
man.
two like American classics, and for someone from like the South to mix them, that's a sin.
Yeah, that's a sin.
It's not a sin. Have you tried it? Because
Wait, he said he's from Alabama, right?
he's not
Yeah,
from
who's from
Alabama,
Alabama?
but he lived in Alabama. My dad.
So he's from
Well,
Alabama.
I think he was born in Massachusetts.
He came
Did
from
he have a
Alabama
sister?
to here.
he
Cousin,
does
sister?
have a sister. Connor, don't go there, please.
Was she in Alabama too?
Yes. No, they weren't born there.
All right, why would
Please
you
show her
want
the
to go
nuts.
to
Why?
Alabama?
To be honest, I don't know. It was probably like,
Like, wouldn't
I
you
don't know,
rather
it might
like
have been
move?
like for a job or something. I have no clue.
Wouldn't you rather move to like Texas or something?
Dude, I have no clue.
Coke and Nuts sounds like a really fucked up porn name.
Coconuts. Sounds
You
like a
think
fun
about it.
time.
Coconut.
Coke and
Coconuts?
Nuts. They're just doing a bunch of Coke and then just a lot of nuts.
And coconuts are there too.
No. You
Yeah.
just ruined it.
Kind of.
All right. Honestly, if I had to like move somewhere, I'd probably go to Texas. Because Texas, you know, you can like do whatever you want.
They got big
I feel
toast there, but
The thing is, all my exes live in
yeah.
Texas.
Okay, Steven.
How many's that?
We're getting a little off topic.
Steven, come on. Steven, share how many
She a
exes you have that
cowgirl?
live in Texas.
She goes,
Did you-
yeehaw.
Cowgirls?
Do you not get the reference though? Oh my god, hold on.
It's like,
Steven,
is
we
it
don't got
'cause it's
time
like
to hold
to
on.
act-
What are you
There's
gonna
a
go get
whole
more
Hold on.
chicken
song,
nuggets?
and one of the lines is all my exes live
Because
in
it's like
Texas.
to access, right?
I don't know. It's just a
Oh.
song. I don't analyze lyrics.
Steven, who's it by?
I don't know. I'm looking
Oh
it up.
my god.
Oh my gosh. Steven, first of all, you held us up when we were trying to start this podcast, and now you're holding us up looking for
By George
exes.
Strait.
Strait?
Oh.
George Strait.
Oh.
Right.
It's like the same hat Danny Duncan has.
Oh. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
play it because we'll probably get like a copyright strike, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think, yeah.
yeah.
You could sing it for us, Stephen.
No, like, if you think about it, like, yeah.
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 All right, we need another topic to move on to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I got this. So,
All right, Connor.
pop clips, right? Most people think you want to go to an island, right? But you guys probably want to go to the Adirondacks. So,
for pop quiz?
what would you guys do?
Apocalypse.
Let's
I think the pop
let's
quiz.
put this
Yeah,
into
I
like
said
a
pop
popsicle.
quiz.
Sorry, I speak in cursive. Let's say it's a zombie apocalypse. What would you do? Where would you go?
Where would you go?
Steven, you start.
I'm trying to think.
Texas?
All right, I'll start.
Go talk to your exes?
What if
Honestly,
they're all
yeah,
dead?
Texas, because there's a lot of
not
fucking guns there.
Not Texas.
And your exes are there, right? So you might want to hook up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
You can go crawling back to all your exes that are in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude. What was that? Steven, was that your closet door?
No.
What was
the closet
it?
door doesn't really work.
You should fix the door
I
then.
see.
I've tried.
Doorknob.
Thanks,
Doorknob
son.
with legs. I just realized
Pop quiz.
nobody will understand that.
I know.
Pop
Pop
quiz.
quiz. guys, what would you do during the pop quiz? You really have to think about that.
Well, if
that
it was
one.
Madame Teach.
Madame Teach, shut up, God.
All right. What about let's move on topics here and start talking about the good old COVID-19.
What's that?
Oh, God.
Yeah, just good old. Yeah, I mean, you guys probably don't know what it is, but it's like this thing going around. I think it's kind of bad.
Like
but I'm not sure.
Honestly,
So let's just
I feel like we shouldn't talk about this because we're just gonna get a lot of shit from it, and plus everybody's already heard of it all.
no. Let's
I'm just gonna say my opinion,
talk
right?
about our opinions. Yeah, Connor.
So, personally, I think that since we're not going to school, it's not good for us because we're not getting like socially, we're gonna be messed up because we're only texting each other. And if you're calling people, and maybe that's good, but honestly, I'm not calling a lot of people,
We're
so
making a podcast.
yeah, so that's good. But it's just also
Yeah,
I hate this
I agree.
online work. I just hate it.
It's not awful, but not preferred.
I don't mind it, honestly.
Oh
I
well,
mean,
my mom makes me do it. She has a freaking schedule. It's
I
terrible.
think a lot of people I've heard say, "Oh, there's like more work than usual," but it's really not. It's like the same amount
Yeah, it's true.
or less.
No, it's definitely.
At least not in our grade.
I feel
It's
like
just
it's
a lot
less.
because
Well, I'm
they're
not sure
like
because
putting it off or whatever.
Lazy.
Yeah. That's only why it's a lot, because they save it all for Friday or whatever.
Procrastination.
Which is honestly kind of what I do, but I don't complain about it. So.
Yeah.
no, I don't really do that. I kind of stick to a schedule. I do like work each day. I wake up at the same time every day because it just keeps me more organized. Because I feel like if I wasn't like organized, then I just do what you said
I
and
think
just leave it till
I've
Friday.
slowly started to start doing that, and that's definitely a lot better than leaving it till Friday. I'll say that.
Going off the topic of homework, some people say, like, I've seen like TikTok saying that homework is like harmful for you and it's bad. Like, what's your guys' opinion on that? Because I think like
It's good.
sometimes kids get punished or penalized, better word to say it, because they can't get the
Penalized.
homework done,
Yeah.
but maybe they don't understand it and they're not able to like communicate with their teacher.
Yeah,
hmm
So like, is homework like
I would not say
harmful
it's
or?
harmful, but I do get that
Honestly, it kind of helps
it's
me.
kind of hard sometimes if you have questions. I mean, yeah, you can email your teacher, but they might not get back to you right away, and it's
Yeah,
really,
I mean, I don't think it's harmful. It's not. It's something that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, I agree. After going for like school for like 8 hours or however long you're going, I feel like they should work time into school. That it should be like, well, sometimes it's not always like this, but then take 2 days for it. You do the lesson, you answer questions, and then you do like homework in class. Like you do the assignment by yourself, and then
Yeah.
so in that way you have time to go to your teacher, ask for help if you don't understand it. Which that's kind of the whole point of homework is if you don't understand it, or if you do understand it, it like gives you like it like shows the teacher if you really did understand the lesson that day.
Yeah.
I feel like if they could do that like in school in a way, then that would be like more beneficial. But I'm not sure.
But also in like, let's say health class, they teach that you need to get a decent amount of sleep. They encourage you to be spending time with your family and not like being on computers all day. Yet then they give us all this homework. We don't have time to go outside, necessarily hang out with friends or spend time with our family or get off the screen because we're typing a 5-page long essay.
Or drive to
Oh my
Texas to
God.
hang out with your exes.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, you don't got time for that if you're doing all your homework.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you, Steven. Like they say that we need to like do all these things, but then make it a lot harder for us.
Yeah. And one of the things I at some point wanted to talk about on here is how messed up the school system is.
Oh, the school system's god
Because
awful.
we're pretty much brainwashed into thinking that you have to graduate high school, go to college, get a degree, and then get a job. But that's just not the realistic thing anymore. Some
It's
people
not.
don't want to go to college. You can still be successful without going to college right away.
Definitely.
They don't teach us the things that we need to know. Paying taxes, putting down a mortgage, making car payments, things like that.
Yeah.
Like realistic life
Like
skills.
being a YouTuber, like me.
Yeah, Connor.
Yeah, and not just that, like not just like mortgages and stuff like that. There, I feel like obviously to some degree the school system that we have helps. Obviously, like the elementary levels, I feel like if that was the same, then that wouldn't be bad. And even I could argue the middle school, but I feel like high school level courses, it should be a lot less based on like trigonometry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That I think that should be optional if someone wants to pursue that, but I think that there should be like classes that will help, like more business classes, more entrepreneur stuff, like stuff like that people can choose rather than like going to all these mandatory classes that aren't going to help them. Like there should be classes that people want like to pursue as their career, and they should be like counted equal as other like core classes, I guess,
Yeah.
because that's like honestly more important than like, I don't know, calculus.
There's in like my school district area, and I don't know, some of your schools may allow you to go there, but there's this thing through the BOCES program called EMCC. It's Eastern Monroe Career Center, and you can go and like choose different classes. They have automotive, business, culinary, welding. They have like an emergency services one, cosmetology, all of that things, and like certain ones of those classes you can get different credits for them. Like you can get a science credit for whatever it is,
Uh-huh.
or so on and so forth. And that's nice. I think more students should be doing. That's how the whole like high school system should be set up, compared
Definitely.
to having a algebra and geometry class and
Uh-huh.
earth science, biology, chemistry. We're never going to use that anymore. And the other thing is they always talk about how we have to show our work. I guarantee in 5 years everything is going to be automated. Like we're
Can you give
sitting
an
here.
example of that?
We're sitting here all on our phones having a conversation. Something that you used to only be able to do sitting around a table talking. We're going to have computers are going to be more advanced. They're going to be able to do more things, like people always used to use the excuse that, for like long division, you're not always going to have a calculator. Pretty much almost everybody has a phone. Almost every phone has a calculator on it. Just things like that
Google.
That like are unnecessary.
Internet Google.
I agree with that. And when like referring to like the college and stuff, like I know you brought that up a little bit. You said that college isn't always necessary. That is 100% true. College is necessary for some career fields. Like obviously, if you want to be a doctor, then you go to college because that's like needed, or like some things like that. But there are certain fields, like for example, my older sister, she wants to go for like photography, but she doesn't really like college. Like you do not need to go to college for photography or photojournalism to get a good job in photography. That stuff really focuses on if you're actually good at what you do. And if she gets like an entry level job as a photographer somewhere and does good work, she'll be able to work her way up easily. It's all about like people are going to care more about your skill level rather than a piece of paper saying that you went to college for it.
Exactly. Like you go to college, you come out with a bunch of debt and a piece of paper saying, "Oh, I know how to take pictures," or something, like using that example. It's like it's not necessary. Like certain things like the trade industry, all of that is going to be there's millions of jobs in trade industries and things like that.
Yeah. Connor, do you have any opinions on
So
this?
during the career day we had at school, there's this guy, he dropped out of high school at like 16, and him and his brother ended up like making this big business, and like now in our community they're like one of the biggest businesses that fixes like the interior of your houses, and they're both like doing very, very well. So it's like, again, you don't really need to go to college because just there's so many opportunities.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like there's sort of like there's sort of two options here. There's either go to college or there's work your ass off. And if you work your ass off, you'll make it without college. If you just focus on the same thing and work every single day towards it, like for like whatever Connor said, like if he just worked hard at it, he did it, and now he's doing very, very well. You just need to work extremely hard, and you'll make it to where you want to go.
Yeah, it all relies on your drive and motivation for that certain thing.
Yeah. Owen, do you have any opinions on this?
Not, to be honest, not really. If you guys ever played the game of life, you'd know that if you choose to do a college, you actually can get better careers.
I do agree with that. You know, going down the route of college, if you go to college for a certain number of years, you can become a doctor, an anesthesiologist, and make
Big word,
a
big
lot
word,
of
big
money.
word.
But it
Bing,
really,
bing, bing.
it really depends what you want to do.
I don't
Big
even
word,
know
Owen.
what an anesthesiologist is.
Yeah, they make anesthesia.
Anesthesia, like when you go,
When you're
You
giving
could
when
have
they put
picked
you
anything
under
else.
for
Yeah, you
surgery.
really could have.
No, an
You picked
anesthesiologist. You know how much?
anesthesiologist?
Let me look up at a yearly salary of an anesthesiologist, if I can even spell it.
No one
Yeah.
even
You
knows
probably
what
learned that
is.
word today and was like,
The
I wanted a
anesthesia,
chance to say
when you go for surgery.
I'll use that later in the podcast.
it.
Yeah, what the?
Who's got their cuckoo clock going off?
Oh, I just saw the biggest
Yeah, what
raccoon
was
walk
that?
by, too. It scared me.
Dude, really? Oh, was it your cat?
No, it's like a 16-pound raccoon. I swear, it probably ate itself.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Sure it's
I
not
don't know
Sam.
what it is. It's like Glenn.
My
I
dog
saw
caught a
that.
chipmunk today.
Yep.
Very cool.
My cat
In
has
New
caught
York.
6
Okay,
chipmunks this
hold
week.
on, hold on.
No.
Going back to what we were just talking about, in 2020 for New York, the annual salary for an anesthesiologist is $381,000 a year.
Holy.
Wow.
Yeah, $183
Yeah, but what do
an
they do?
hour. They like when you go in for surgery or whatever, they're the ones that give you the numbing medicine, make you go under.
That's
But
so
one of
easy.
the reasons that they also make so much money is because it's such a high risk job. Because if they do something wrong, they don't give you the right dose, and you wake up during your surgery or something like that, they get sued all the time. But they have that money to back it up. But it's still
That
an
would be
interesting
terrifying.
career.
Waking
You should do
up,
that, Steven.
Yeah,
someone
no, because we brought that
Nah.
topic
like,
up.
and some surgeries are like you're completely conscious, and that's just, I don't know. Would not want to do that.
We just gotta thank all the health workers because without them right now, because my grandma just in the hospital for a colon blockage because when she had her woman parts taken out or something, a scar built up or something, and she was just in the hospital for a week, but she was taken care of good. So just want to thank the healthcare workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. There was a big shout out and some good news. My godmother, her ex-husband, actually contracted COVID, and he was in a medically induced coma for the past few weeks. But he's woken up and he's been off the ventilator. He's still in the ICU for. I think he's going to be in there for another 2 weeks, but he's recovered and he's made it past this whole virus thanks to all the health workers and everybody that's even essential businesses, mail carriers, everybody like that really needs to just really deserve it. And I'm seeing a lot of that out in the real world, people thanking them for it. Like DeBellas, they have like 50% off for first responders, things like that.
I've seen that too.
So
yeah, I've seen a lot of that too, and it's not just the healthcare workers obviously because they're probably the most at risk, but even like anyone working at Target and stuff, they're out there doing their job, still contributing to the economy. That's definitely gonna fall into another depression
they're
or
putting
something.
themselves out in danger. Yeah,
they are.
Everybody always says thank the healthcare workers, but it's yes, thank them, but also the people that are businesses, people at Wegmans stocking the shelves, cashiers at Wegmans, whatever, Walmart, anywhere. They're putting themselves out in the world. We're supposed to be in quarantine, staying away from people to, try and prevent the spread. But they're out there working to, provide us with what we need in order to still be able to thrive during
course.
this.
Yeah, they're out there on minimum wage salaries, still out there every single
Stocking
day,
up the toilet paper.
coming in
I
contact
know
with so many people.
Wegmans, they've increased their pay a lot, and they get I know they get a decent bonus right now, like cashiers,
That's good.
all of them, they're getting treated
Yeah,
well.
Wegmans is
So
our local
Well, Wegmans has the
grocery
more.
store. For those who don't know,
yeah,
It's a pretty big chain on the
I
East
think
Coast.
they're in
Yeah, but it's not
Pennsylvania
huge.
now.
Pretty
so
big.
it's-
No, it's. I feel like I remember seeing some. It's one of
Yeah, but it's
the
not
biggest, and like it's still. I mean, it's not that widespread, but like a lot of grocery stores are very local, kind of.
Well, what I feel like
yeah.
what I've heard is Wegmans is in a lot of places, but it's not like the dominant one. Like in Florida, I think my cousins are there.
Publix.
I think there's like Wegmans down there. Yeah. There's other ones that are like dominant down there that most people go to.
Yeah, I know there's like Publix, there's like
Yeah, that's
Kroger or
probably a
whatever
big
it
one.
is. But
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah,
It's fairly
Yeah.
large though, in terms of
It
like
is.
money and stuff, and workers.
Yeah, they've grown a lot. I feel like they keep growing too.
Yeah,
Because even if you have had like a job elsewhere, like if you worked at like another grocery store, they take that information and they will hire you because of that. Because they just like people who've had experience. Because my aunt works there, and she's mad because she didn't get the manager spot, so we had to call with her for like an hour.
What are you referring to? Did I
Yeah.
miss something?
Just how
You want telling the whole story about her not getting a manager spot or something?
um
I didn't.
because
What?
Wegmans okay, so she didn't get the manager spot because someone before her got it because they were working a little bit less than her, but they had experience. So Wegmans is putting people who had experience in front of others. So
I
Where are
think
you
that's
referring
with
to?
a lot of businesses, to be honest. But
no, it's just
Yeah, it's definitely not just Wegmans. It's a lot of people.
yeah,
no. Well, that's what
That's
happened
like
with
every
her.
job ever. Who?
Oh, aunt.
Oh,
I got a couple aunts.
should have established that.
AMT.
Yeah.
AUNT?
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay.
Steven, are you gone?
All right.
Where'd you go?
okay.
Steven, did you finish your chicken nuggets?
Yeah, I did like a while
Oh,
ago.
really? You should have made a public
You really
announcement.
should have.
Yeah, I've been
Finish
wondering
my
this
iced
whole
tea
time.
too.
A
Have you
little.
really though?
Okay, not really, but sometimes when you go
I've been wondering.
to my head, I'm like, oh, he's probably eating a chicken nugget right now.
I've been wondering about his exes. How lonely they are.
In Texas?
Yeah.
Okay, wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
I don't know. I don't worry about them too
Guys,
much.
I'm gonna go one at a time, and you start thinking now. You have to pick one state that you would move to. All right.
In a pop quiz
is
or just
anyone
in
ready?
general?
No, in general. Like if you wanted to start a family
All
there
right.
and live there.
All right.
Like, let's start with Steven.
I don't have like a specific state necessarily, but I want to have a homestead and be independent in our home and be self-reliant to an extent, things like that. Does that make sense what I'm
Yeah.
kind of saying?
Not really.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Like Oregon, not
Oregon.
Oregon, but like
Who
Oregon
wants to
too.
move there?
No, but like a homestead. Do you guys know what a
Not
homestead is?
necessarily.
Yeah. No.
It's I don't know how to
describe
describe it the best, but I mean it's like a big open area and you're kind of
Like
self-reliant,
Ohio.
kind of like almost like a farm, but not a
Rural
farm.
area.
Montana.
Like a rural state, not like California, like Ohio or something,
Real
right?
estate.
China.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Definition.
No fake states like California.
California's like a country, I think.
California should be a
It
country.
could be.
California is horrible. We do not want them.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, here's the definition of a homestead. A homestead is an isolated dwelling, especially a farmhouse, and adjacent outbuildings, typically on a large agricultural holding such as a ranch or station. In North America, the word homestead historically referred to land claimed by a settler or squatter under the Homestead Act or Dominion Land Act.
Farmer.
I'm not gonna lie, that did not help at all, but sure.
Yeah, why didn't you just say farm?
Yeah, you could.
Because it's not necessarily a
fancy
farm.
word
It's
for
like
a
a
farm.
big
It's just
open
land.
land with like
Just a lot
Just call it.
a couple
Well, then
buildings.
why didn't you just say
No,
big
no,
open
oh my
land with
God.
a couple buildings?
Shut
Okay,
up.
moving on.
No, wait. Okay, no. Owen,
All
your
right.
turn.
Yeah.
I've been thinking, maybe like, I feel like Maine would be fun.
Maine? Oh, Maine is actually pretty
Yeah,
cool.
or like, I don't know. Do they have Wegmans in Maine?
I don't know.
They
Steven,
might.
Google it.
Oh my God, what are you doing, Steven?
Steven, turn off your fire channel. All right.
Just
All right.
another
Owen said
raccoon.
Maine.
Okay, do they have Wegmans in Maine?
Connor, okay, shut up with the raccoons and tell us what state you want to move to.
North Carolina or South
Why?
Carolina.
Why?
Well, I definitely want to be on like the coast side, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like Florida, but it's a lot more chill, I've heard. There's not all the rednecks and the crazy people. So like, I don't know, I feel like it would be good. There's also it's not like just like a beach state, you know, they got woods, they have all that stuff. So it's like a mixture of stuff that I can enjoy.
Yeah, the Carolinas are nice.
Hey, can I go back to the California? Because as I've heard, the California kids, they will throw you a lifeline, and I think that's a very valuable part of California.
What do you mean?
They will throw you a lifeline. Rivers Cuomo said it.
What does that mean? Oh, okay, thank you.
You are welcome, Noah.
Anyway, do we have any more topics, or are we coming to the end here?
I mean, we can do more topics if we want.
I mean,
We could save it for
Connor.
another episode.
Yeah, let's save it for another episode. This episode was sort of just
Introduction.
getting in the groove of things. It'll most likely go up on our page, but yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah.
So
Anyone else have any closing remarks?
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tent Talk
Mm.
Podcast.
Subscribe on or follow on Spotify
Mhm.
and Apple Podcast or whatever you're listening on. And also make sure to leave a 5-star review and leave a comment. I don't know. That's all.
leave a comment of any topics you want us to discuss in the future, or any topics you want us to discuss or points you want us to mention or give our opinions on.
Also, if you're listening on Anchor, there's the option to send in a voice message, and we can actually listen to those and react to them on Anchor on our podcast. So if you send in a voice message, we'll listen to it in the next podcast, and we'll respond to it, whatever you guys say. So,
It's fun.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All
See ya.
right, bye.